Do you remember the last time you were moved by something? That you read or watched something that inspired curiosity, maybe even fundamentally changed you in some way? And listen, I'm not saying it has to be revolutionary, but maybe you watched a really interesting video essay about weird shit the CIA gets up to, and it sparked your interest in history and finding out more about weird shit the CIA gets up to. Like pretending to be vampires and God. Or maybe you watched that video about how Elon Musk's brainchild AI, in a completely unforeseen turn of events, went pro-Hitler and you fell into a deep pit of existential dread. Unless the AI slop ecosystem already has you in its clutches, a few things probably come to mind. There is no shortage of thought-provoking, educational, creative media out there. However, what did you do after that? Like, whatever inspiration or motivation you felt after consuming that media, that lingering last thought, what happened next? The rapid pace at which we consume media means that it loses its potency. And how could it not? If you, for example, are watching a frankly terrifying video about how maybe putting super intelligence that we can't control into the hands of egotistical, hyper-competitive men might be a bad idea, and that video talks about some of the real-world things that have already happened, and some of the ways that we might want to try to, you know, beg our lords and masters to please, sir, please put some safety regulations in place before it's too late, a point that rapidly might be approaching. Anyways, you kind of need to sit in that emotion. Whether that's to reflect on what you just watched, ingest the information into the mental folder you have where the cover is the lyrics of Paris Paloma's Good Boy music video with the captions of Emma Thompson saying, "I knew one day I'd have to watch powerful men burn the world down. I just didn't expect them to be such losers." And the only file was a photo of Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk skipping along the beach. Or maybe to inspire you to take action, sign a petition, try to break free of the grip Gen Z nihilism has on you. Either way, there is a lot of power in that lingering last thought, in the silence that follows the end, that space in which you can process whatever you just experienced. Unless you're on literally any platform ever in the year 2025. As soon as a video ends, another auto plays. If you're on a streaming platform, you finish a movie, and while the credits are running, a trailer advertises the next thing. It's a constant wheel of consumption, and not only are our brains just not designed for that, I think it weakens the impact the media we consume actually has on us, even if we care and are engaged. For example, jokes aside, AI safety is something I really care about. I'm a lifelong sci-fi reader after all. It's something I find deeply scary, both on a species level, but also for us as the individuals who will live through the first generation of it. I don't want to get too off track. My point is that this video I watched, right? Great piece of media. It was educational, it was emotive, it was also entertaining, and it left me feeling terrified, but also thinking, oh my god, what can I do? And then it provided options for things I could do. And then a bonsai video auto-played immediately, and we were on to the next. It was only a few days later, as I was detangling my hair in the shower, that the existential dread found its way back to me. And that processing time is what prompted me to go back and actually read through the actionable steps they shared, to visit the links, to sign the petitions. This video I'm talking about is, of course, linked in the description box. Go watch it. Now, mindful media consumption had already been a topic on my mind, although previously more relating to learning and retaining information, but this was a good kick up the arse to refine my system. Also, guys, this is kind of awkward, but I forgot to script in my intro, so there's no natural place to put this. Hi, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Mia and I chat shit while I make shit. So if you like making things or just background noise while you do your dishes, hit subscribe and like, and also, sorry about this. I've actually been using a media journal for a while. Whenever I start something new, I take the approach of just do it now, make it perfect later. So it's not been a system per se, it's literally just that if I'm consuming a piece of media that feels interesting or important or educational, I whip out my journal and I write about it. Summaries, key points, direct quotes, that kind of thing. If I don't have my journal, I'll use sticky notes and copy them over, or sometimes I even use my notes app on my phone and copy them over later. That being said, Instead, writing by hand is preferable. Here's a quote from the article The Neuroscience Behind Writing, Handwriting vs. Typing, Who Wins the Battle on the National Library of Medicine's website. Handwriting activates a broader network of brain regions involved in motor, sensory, and cognitive processing. Typing engages fewer neural circuits, resulting in more passive cognitive engagement. Basically, handwriting engages your brain more, and this is beneficial for learning and memory. Side note for my American friends, are you good? Anyways, that's been my system so far. I basically just force a pause and process step in my media consumption whenever I come across something interesting by stopping to write about it. Obviously, for this video, I needed background visuals, so the spread I'm making is both prettier and way slower than normal. Here are some of my normal pages for comparison. See, ugly. Just this has been really beneficial for me. For one, it's helped me to slow the rate at which I'm consuming media a lot. I'm also way more intentional about engaging with things when they prick my interest, so rewatching them, paying more attention, actually remembering them the next day. Shocking, I know. So, in the true spirit of this media journal, my latest upgrades were inspired by a fabulous YouTube video I watched. Forget your reading journal, do this instead, by Rochelle in Theory. If you're interested in learning and actually retaining information you consume, go watch it. A very loose summary is that Rochelle shares a 3-step system for engaging with content to better remember it. So, step 1 is to make the text yours, i.e. annotation. Step 2 is to write it out, firstly in copying direct quotes, and then paraphrasing, and then adding your own thoughts and opinions to the text. Step 3 is to use what you learn, i.e. implement it in your life, make content about it, talk about it, that sort of thing. Again, this is a very zoomed out overview because you should go watch that video, it's really good. But how does this apply to us today? Well, one of the tips Rochelle shared was putting information where you're going to use it. So for example, I make TikTok content and I spent a long time learning about video structures and short form storytelling a while ago, and I used that information to make templates in my social media content planner. So every time I sit down to write a script or put in a video idea, that information is right in front of me. While my media journal is not necessarily geared at learning, I do want an easy visual reminder for these steps when I do want to use them. So I created a little learning cheat sheet to clip into the front of my journal. I then took it a step further and I made these little designs to make into a tear-off pad for things that I want to note down quickly at my desk. Listen, I don't know why I was thinking that I could like cut things freehand. I made it a bit shit, but you know what? It is what it is. I just needed quick prompts, things that I could note down if I'm like watching YouTube videos while I work. If you want to attempt this at home but better, all you need is some scrap cardboard, paper, and PVA glue. This is a useful little life hack. If you ever want to make your own rip-off to-do sheets, you can literally just stack paper, do PVA glue along the edge, and it works like a little notepad. The templates I created for this are available for free over on my Substack. Description will be in the box below. With how much media is available at our fingertips and honestly constantly pushed down our throats, it's not realistic to expect that we can set time aside to analyze and write about everything. However, we can be intentional about slowing that flow of information. We can be intentional about engaging with the media that matters to us rather than letting it be immediately forgotten. And that's the video. I would love to know your thoughts. I know we're all kind of in our own internet echo chambers nowadays, but I've been seeing a lot of content about mass information consumption recently. So if it's also been on your mind, has it changed how you interact with content? Do you keep a media journal of any kind? Let me know in the comments below. If you are curious about some of the media I've been obsessed with this week, or you need some recommendations, along with that free printable, there is a Mindful Media of the Week article up on my Substack, where I share some of my favorite things that I've read, watched, and seen this week. Side note, I'm going on holiday next week, thank fuck. So I'm gonna try and make some bonus videos. Okay, thanks for hanging out with me. Bye.